Gigantic Zombie here, currently arming my last brain cell with 2 hours of sleep. Yeah, so that last video I made, the Warhammer slash Helldivers one, after the Sunday, I had 2 hours of sleep. And I can't even blame the video for that because I could have gotten at least 4 hours of sleep when I decided I wanted to do more stuff and ended up not doing more stuff because it was 4 in the morning. I was tired and didn't think of anything to quote unquote do, but I didn't want to go to bed because I didn't want the weekend to end. But that's another thing entirely. I uh, as this is being released, it will be Tuesday. So for Destiny 2 fans, you know what time it is. I know what time it is. Unfortunately, I can't take the day off because I'm needed and I don't have that luxury. But sure, I am sure people have taken that day off just to have the big day. It's not like the final day of Destiny 2, but like it's the big day. It's a big deal. But yeah, I barely survived on 2 hours of sleep. I survived surprisingly well with 2 hours of sleep. It was like my brain decided, yep, now's the scenario to be absolutely competent. We need to activate all systems go. And I went from batshit tired to normal as soon as I woke up. And I can only describe that as like all of the weekend rest and my young age pulling everything they got to keep my body standing, and it worked. Uh, Now, why do I mention that? As, this actually has nothing to do with the topic I have in mind today. At the second episode of The Gathering Horde, uh, the topic I have in mind today is a problem that I've been having for not as long as like the previous problem of like meeting new people. That's just something I've had my whole life, but something that's come up a lot more recently, and it's kind of a petty thing. Not a petty thing, but like kind of a what would be the word? Spoiled thing to complain about, but and you'll understand why in a minute. In a minute. Uh, the problem that I have is that I am swarmed with video games to play. Now, when I say it like that, it definitely does sound spoiled. It sounds like I'm just being a bitch about it. For and half of that's true, but as I tell everyone else about this problem, uh, it's a good problem to have. Nothing's worse than you sitting in your console and just be like, man, I got nothing to play. Like you could play that same one game again, but like you've played it so damn much that you're just gonna start hating the game now. You're making your personal prison, but you're so bored you have nothing else to do. Which obviously there are better ways to spend your time, but like it, you just play that game. So yeah, there's nothing worse than not having a lot of games to play. So having a bunch of games to play is a very good thing, and I acknowledge that fully. But the second half of the statement that I'll tell my friends is that it's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem. And the reason why it is still a problem for me is, I think, like two things. One is FOMO. Yeah, you heard me. Fear of missing out. I am not immune to FOMO. I have been vulnerable to FOMO since Destiny 2, yeah, that's pretty in tune with today. Uh, yeah, that really I won't have to have any FOMO anymore since it's ending. It's not ending. But anyway, I jest. All right. But I have always been very vulnerable to FOMO because I just like being there. I like being involved with these cool events on as early as possible, or I guess like games with Destiny, like Destiny 2, me being involved with it as soon as possible is a lot. I don't know. I just like it because it feels special when you're there and you're experiencing history happen, and that's another reason why I love Destiny 2 so much, because of the amount of time I spent with it. Like I experienced all of the events, like when the freaking Almighty fell down on the freaking last city. That was, I remember that Sunday. That was and my internet was struggling to survive. All right, all I kept seeing was freaking contacted Destiny 2 servers, and I'm like, motherfucker, if you kick me out of this lobby now, I will never forgive you, Spectrum. Spectrum has screwed me over one too many times, and I do not like them. But anyway, I digress. Um, yeah, FOMO is a huge issue for me. One is like the time frame, and sometimes not even the time frame. It's just like I want to experience a bunch of games, especially since I moved on from Destiny 2. There's a bunch of games that I do want to try out, but well, I guess it is a time thing because I want to try them out before they get so big or have so many updates that it becomes overwhelming. Like an example of this is Monster Hunter Wilds just announced their Ascendance expansion, which I was really excited for. I'm still excited for it. All right, I'm not. I am mad at it, but like for the petty reason, not for like an actually legitimate reason. All right, like gameplay wise, it looks amazing. I'm excited. Even though I will admit, we don't need Kushala Daora as the first Elder Dragon back. We've experienced enough Kushala Daora. He's really basic. Unless they bring back some of them old Monster Hunter mechanics with Kushala Daora, like the fact that his skin can rust and he becomes more dangerous with that. Other than that, it's not really a, an interesting monster. It's a very basic monster. I would have rather had a different Elder Dragon, even though I'm still excited for Shaguru Magala since Gore Magala's in the game. I'm waiting for that Elder Dragon variant to come. I'm almost 100% positive it's going to come because you can't have one without the other. They're like two sides of the same coin. Anyway, I digress again. The fact that that expansion was announced was happy news and bitter news at the same time. Happy news because yay, the cool expansion's coming out. I forgot what it's called. Master Rank. Yeah, I was confusing it with old Monster Hunter. Master Rank is coming out, and that's freaking cool. More stuff to grind for, more cool monsters, a cool new area, a freaking new fighting style. That's freaking awesome. All that's cool. New outfits for your characters. Ho 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 ho. But then again, I still haven't beaten the Arc Tempered variants of the Elder Dragons, or not Elder Dragons, but like the Arc Tempered versions of the monsters, and I still haven't gone after freaking uh edited me. Insert the Final Fantasy robot boss, like both of those bosses. I haven't fought either of those, and Jay really wants to fight Omega, the Omega one, which is like the tougher version of it. Like he said he won't return to Wilds unless that is the next thing I'm doing, which will probably realistically be the next thing I do because I don't think I can beat the Arc Tempered monsters without the gear you get from Omega. But anyway, that's one example of like FOMO and me. Like I remember making Warhammer Skulls and Destiny video and saying that it was like the biggest gaming news days, and I still kind of stand by it, mostly because like I was really excited for Warhammer, and then my favorite uh, FPS looter shooter is now ending its live service, which is kind of a big deal. So it was still a real big shock to me. But I must admit, having State of Play, Summer Summer Games Fest, and Xbox reveals all back to back was a little overwhelming for me. And it got to the point where I was legit getting mad at the cool games coming out. Like, you want to know something? Witcher 3 is getting a new DLC. I did not think that game was getting any more DLC because they had already planned for Witcher 4 coming out. But instead, now they're making, well, I mean, they're still making Witcher 4. But now they're just popping out one more DLC for The Witcher 3, which is not something that anyone expected. And I thought I was pretty much done with that game. I had already played the main game, both of its DLCs, and I got the ending that I wanted. And now I gotta go back to The Witcher 3, learn all that shit again, and get ready for the new DLC, because you know I can't miss that shit with it. Both of their DLCs were bangers. Like, oh, and it gets real bad being swarmed with games because it gets to a point where like I'm just sitting in my room in indecision, just sitting there, not knowing what to do, and then I just sit there and I feel like crap because like I'm not doing anything. Like I'm just sitting there not doing anything, and and then that problem just it's a vicious cycle. Like I have so many games to play, but I'm not choosing to do any of them. And then every time I try to choose, it's like there's always a reason not to do one. And there's just so many games. And then, of course, like the paradoxical masochist idiot that I am, I will just keep buying more games that look really cool because I am a PlayStation Store vulture. Just constantly taking advantage of this. In fact, speaking of that, I'm thinking of getting Marathon because it's on sale, which again, with Conscience of Destiny 2, some people are probably going to send an assassin after me. Side note, Marathon did not kill Destiny. Alright? Get that out of your head. Marathon didn't do it. The Bungie executives did it. Alright? Marathon didn't pull the trigger or shoot the bullet. They were just the guy with the gun, but there was a gun put against his head too. Okay. Anyway, that's a weird analogy. That is a weird ass analogy. Uh, but yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking of getting that game because the gunplay looks really good. The only reason why I'm hesitant is because the art design is really bold, and I don't know if I'm a fan of that. But yeah, being surrounded by so many games, and like I listed two. In fact, you know what? How about I go over the small little paper list that I have here? All right, these are some of the games, only some. All right, there's like the tip of the iceberg of the games that I want to go visit. Let's see. TF2, Titanfall 2, because I want to get back to its multiplayer. It's awesome. Uh, Remnant 2. Actually, I might not need to go. Well, there are still some things I need to do in that one. Uh, like Remnant 2, I think I need to go back and uh, join Jay and Hulk in doing an apocalypse run, which would be pretty cool because there's some cool guns you can get from specifically doing apocalypse mode. Ghost of Yote, I still need to finish that game. Marvel Rivals because that is actually it's actually fun. What can I say? They do their game right. It's actually fun, and their characters are awesome. Days Gone PS5. I need to play that, and yeah, that was supposed to be a series for the Hunter's Tavern channel, and I need to play that. Also, I just love Days Gone and would like to do another one. Dying Light 1 and 2. So, yeah, I think I just wanted to play Dying Light 1 through its story and play Dying Light 2. I want to go back to Dying Light 1 and play the following and maybe see if I can find someone to train me as a Night Hunter. Because the Night Hunter, I love the Night Hunter. The Night Hunter is such a cool concept for me. Helldivers 2, I kind of already did that with the video, but I kind of want to do more because I want to unlock more war bonds. And of course, when the Warhammer War Bond does come out, I would like to unlock that ASAP. So that's still going to be on the list. Hades 1 and 2. These are a couple of roguelites. Is it light or like? It's one of those two. But I've played Hades 1. It is awesome. Hades 2 just came on to the PS5, and I grabbed it as soon as I could. So I need to get through Hades 1 and then play Hades 2 because they're like I've seen the gameplay of Hades 2 and it is just amazing what you could do in Hades 2. It all looks good. It's such a good game. It's a really fun game. Call of Duty Ghosts and Modern Warfare 2, the old one. This was just because I like ever when you think of Call of Duty and you think of its good reputation, like the good side, it's always with the older games, and it's specifically with the campaigns. The campaigns of the older games are just fun. They're not really like super emotionally charged. I mean, sometimes they are, but they're not like Naughty Dog stories or anything like that. They're just thriller. They're just thrillers, and there's nothing wrong with that because they knew that and they did that well. They made the scenes in those older Call of Duty games really good. And so I specifically add Ghosts because I've always wanted to try out Ghosts. I've heard that it's like one of the worst, not the worst, but it was like one of the not not good ones. Like it did not have a good reputation, but uh, you know, I also heard from the YouTuber Bricky that it's infection mode, or it's either infection or invasion. It's basically Call of Duty Zombies, except instead of zombies, you're fighting aliens, and there's like a bunch of perk systems uh, that you get to build around beforehand, and it's really cool. It looks really interesting. So I want to try out Call of Duty Ghosts with its campaign, maybe try out its multiplayer, and try out its invasion mode just to see how it's like. Uh, Red Dead 2. I honestly don't know why I added that one. I mean, I always have there's always an excuse to go back to Red Dead 2 just to grind for gold, but like other than that, there's not really many updates going on with that game, and I have all the stuff I want, so that's just there to just to relax or something. Star Wars Battlefront 2, uh, yeah, that's just a fun. Like, I usually don't like those types of games, the huge battlefield games, because it gets really, uh, it gets really annoying dying and having to run across the entire map. But sometimes it can be really fun, especially Star Wars Battlefront 2. Once you learn how to play the hero characters, it really feels awesome just mowing people down as General Grievous. I won't lie. Next on the list, Killing Floor 2 and 3. This was, yeah, you're gonna start seeing a pattern of like horde shooters. I've heard good things about Killing Floor 2. I have not heard good things about Killing Floor 3. But I thought it can't be that bad. And also, I think I got it for free. So it definitely can't be that bad. I intend to try out Killing Floor 2. Apparently, Jay is a huge fan of Killing Floor 2. So I'll definitely try that out with him. Uh, Devil May Cry 5. This is just a game that I've never tried out, but it always looked cool, and I remember playing the God of War games, and I know this is similar. is a similar type of game to that. So I just wanted to try it out, especially with that rivalry between Dante and Virgil. Yeah, Dante and Virgil. Next one, Lords of the Fallen. I still need to finish that one for obvious reasons. Bloodborne. That's just nostalgia because Bloodborne is awesome, and I still need to go into the dungeons. I still need to go into the dungeons. Oh boy, I I know those dungeons could get bad. Ooh. All right, next one, Doom games. This is me needing to play Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, and all of its DLC that I do have, and getting back into Doom the Dark Ages because now Doom the Dark Ages recently announced its DLC, which looks really freaking cool because they're replacing the chainsaw shield with a freaking spear that acts like a freaking whip where you swing around like Spider-Man. It it looks fucking cool. Like they got rid of your shield in the best way possible, and I love them for it. Like Doom games are just the shit. Next one, Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, I just want to get back to some Assassin's Creed games. I think I tried getting into Unity, and Unity it was surprisingly good. Unity is really good with its stealth and parkour system. Like I am surprised that it's not getting more talk. And of course, I tried playing Black Flag, but then I don't know, it kind of didn't sit right with me. But then I tried it again, and it feels a little better now. So I think I'm trying those two Assassin's Creed games out just because it was just cool running around as a cloaked assassin with the absolute finesse that an assassin has. The next one is Dark Tide, which yeah, I just didn't get into Dark Tide because it's like the opposite perspective of Space Marine 2, where you go from the Astartes to just the grunts on the ground fighting all those horrifying things and barely getting out alive. Then the next one is finishing Road Trader. Because obviously, yeah, I need to finish Rogue Trader. I need to get through the DLCs for Rogue Trader. And then I need to get ready for the new DLC for Rogue Trader. You see what I'm talking about here? Like, I keep waiting, and they keep adding more things for these games, and I'm getting farther and farther and farther behind. And yeah, it's just not getting better. The decisions are not getting any better. The one after this, V Rising. I tried making a series on this and then I kind of fell off, but I still have the game. It's a really cool survival game. Where you play. It's a boss rush vampire survival game, which is really freaking cool because like every single boss you kill gives you like more skills that you could use to make more stuff and improve your castle, and it's just really cool. It's a really cool concept. The one after that, Warhammer Bolt Gun. That's just Doom but in Warhammer, and it looks pretty cool. It's classic Doom but in Warhammer, and it's cool. One after that is For Honor. For Honor was a game that I just did not like for a while, and then I actually got good, and then I I liked it and I hated it at the same time, just because that's the player base. That's just the player base as a whole. Love hate relationship there. Next one, ooh, Aliens Dark Descent. Dark Descent. Yeah, that's the top down like strategy game. So yeah, or no, it's like real time strategy game. Uh, it looked pretty cool because it had like a system of like your soldiers having like trauma. So like if you're not careful, your people are just gonna start becoming schizophrenic or some shit. Just start shooting at random things, revealing your position and all that, putting you in more danger. And like it's actually really cool that you have to think about things like that. The one after that is the Metro games. This is like Metro Exodus. Yeah, any of the Metro Exodus games. I played, I think their most recent one, and it was really interesting. Like the world that you were put in, and like the Russian cast. I just like the I like the protagonist's wife so much. And I will fully admit I got the bad ending to that game because I did it's hard being a pacifist, okay? It's not easy. You can't just be a pet. Well, I mean, I guess you can, since there is a good ending, but like, dude, they shot at me first. Like, how am I evil for defending myself? I'm sorry. I thought we were at the end of the world here. Okay. But yeah, I want to get into those games. There's multiple ones, and I want to get into the past ones because apparently there's like some alien stuff going on too. So, because of course there is. Next on the list is Shadow of War. I need to get the true ending of that game because I have beaten the base game, and I haven't gotten into the end game of Shadow of War because I just didn't understand how to do it. Surprisingly. Uh, but yeah, I need to get back into it. It's a really fun game. The next one, Aliens Fireteam Elite. I think I just want to return to that game because it was fun. You know, it's another horde shooter, but with xenomorphs, and it's fun. Now we're gonna get into some PC games. Ultra Kill. It's a similar boomer shooter like Warhammer Boltgun and Doom, but it is much faster and it is not finished. It is a work in progress, but it's a really well-known work in progress because it's really freaking cool. The Halo games. I have the Halo Classic, or I have like the whole Halo collection on PC. So I can play all of the Halo games and find out why so many Xbox fans love these games so much. I've never played a single Halo game, so at some point I need to play a Halo game. Uh, the next on the list is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, which these are the games that these two games and oh, it's not on the list. Damn. Okay, well, there's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, and then there's Star Wars The Old Republic. Yeah, I think it's called Star Wars The Old Republic. And those games are the only Star Wars games that allow you to do some truly evil Sith things. And I love them for it. And I say I love them for it while still not having played them yet, which I need to play them because I do hear good things about them. And again, they allow you to make those decisions, which no other Star Wars games has the balls to do. Anyway, next one on the list is Star Wars Force Unleashed 1 and 2. I mostly want to play through 1 because I never beat 1, but I have beaten 2. I think. Yeah, I have beaten 2. And those are just like really fun Star Wars games to play when you play as Star Killer with all of the unlimited power that you have as Star Killer. It's just awesome. Next on the list is Mass Effect, the Mass Effect trilogy. Yeah, The Mass Effect games are just those story games that I have not played yet, but I do really want to play them. Nothing else really to say. I will say there was a time when I revealed that Rex was dead, and the entire party chat that I was in exclaimed at me saying, "What the hell did I do?" And I was like, "I don't know what I did. The lady just randomly shot Rex. I didn't tell her to do it." And I still don't know how it happened. I'm starting to do a playthrough now because it's been so long since that last playthrough. But like, seriously, I didn't know what happened. And the last on the list for now is God of War: Sons of Sparta, which is a I forget when this takes place. It's during the Greek era, and it is Kratos telling stories of his childhood with Deimos as the two are training to be Spartans. And I think he's telling these stories to his daughter Calliope. So you get the OG voice actor coming back as Kratos, and then you get the voices for the children versions. But still, it's nice to see his voice come back, and I want to see what that game is like because that was cool. I think they released this like, oh yeah, they released this when they announced that they were going to make the God of War Greek trilogy. They were going to remaster those games, and then they just released Sons of Sparta like that. And I haven't heard news of it, but I do have it, and I do intend on playing it because it's really cool. But yeah, those are just some of the games. And I just realized I was worried this video was going to be really short. It is 30 minutes. I have been yammering on for 30 minutes. And that was not even that's only the tip of the freaking avalanche, the tip of the iceberg. I don't know why I said avalanche, that there is no tip of avalanche. But yeah, the that's like a very small amount of the games that I want to play. There are many more in the game libraries that I have. I didn't even name all the PC ones. I just sprinkled in some PC ones. There's plenty more of PC ones that I want to play. And plenty more games than they return to. Uh, yeah, there's just so many games. And, I talk about this problem only not really to come up with a solution because I think that the solution is obvious. It's just play the games. Like that's the solution to it. It's just play the games. And it's easier said than done, or at least for me, because I overthink every decision I make. I overthink it, and then I do nothing, and then I feel bad for doing nothing. But the solution is just play the games. And like I don't think I'm going to catch up with all the games I'm going to play, but like I've actually had an idea of just making a random day. Like I haven't been streaming a lot, but if I were to stream, I'd just make one random day or one designated day just the I play a random single player game. It's not it's not like oh we're gonna start a whole series on this game. We're gonna finish it to completion. No, it's just I'm gonna play this game, and maybe the next stream will be that game again because I might be hooked on the game or something. But like there's just gonna be one day where I just play a game. Doesn't matter which one. I might even make a wheel. I don't know. Let God decide what I play that day or something. But um, yeah, I say that as like spitting out an idea. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that, but like, yeah. Just know that if you do have that problem, if you're just swamped in games to play, and these reveals are just swamping you in more games, especially in September. Like there's so many games coming out in September because no game has the balls to go up against GTA 6, which I actually have spite towards GTA 6 now because we have been waiting so long for this game to come out that the expectations for it are so ungodly high that it's never going to achieve that anymore no matter how much prep time it has. like there's waiting to get a good product out, and then there's just I don't know what they were doing over there, but like they must have been infusing actors into the game or something. Like their souls are now trapped in the game's code or something. I don't know what they were doing over there to take how many years? Show the years. Show the years for me. Thank you. That many years. It's ridiculous how much time that we've been waiting for this game, and I just don't care anymore. I don't care about GTA 6. I don't even think I'm gonna buy it anymore because I don't care anymore. At this point, I'm I'm thinking of just boycotting the game out of spite because if I buy it, then everyone's stupid ass uh freaking proclamation that once the game comes out, it's going to be the biggest haymaker out there. Which I mean, is yeah, obviously it's going to be the biggest haymaker out there. But like realistically thinking, GTA 5 wasn't that good. It was fine. The story was fun, but it wasn't that great. And the online did have a lot of stuff to do, but it was also really grindy and gimmicky and honestly, Red Dead Online had a lot more charm to it, but they abandoned that one and shot it dead. Anyway, that's enough about my GTA 6 rant for this video. uh, but yeah, no game has the balls to face that game, and they're all being shoved into September. None of them are even going after. I think there's like a couple games that I've heard of going after uh, GTA 6, and I think it's like in October. But they're all being shoved into September. It's genuinely insane how many games are in there. But yeah, just know that you're not alone if you're being swarmed by games, and it is a problem. Like I think you should be aware that you're lucky to have that many games to play, but at the same time, yeah, it's definitely a problem. It's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem, and uh, I am just trying to find a way to slowly get through the problem or come to terms with it. But yeah, there's my rambling for this week. There's my rambling. Just having too many games to play, man. It's tough out here in the gaming industry. Like, damn, dude, there's too many games to play. I can't even take myself seriously. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my ramblings for almost 40 minutes now. Good God. Almost 40 minutes of me rambling about too many. This is uncut. I don't know how much of this I'm going to cut. There's like no cuts in this. I'm astonished at how much I rambled on about this. But yeah, I hope your Tuesday was well. And, by now, all of my Destiny 2 uh I'm not gonna say fans because I mean like when I say fans I mean fans of the game, not fans of me. The Destiny 2 players out there are gonna be rallying up today, and I too will be amongst them tonight. So, without further ado, I shall bid you all adieu. Eyes up, Guardian.